Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of AWS Mastery course. So in the last few sessions, we have understood like what is VPC, what are internet gateways, how we can configure internet gateways, how we create VPC, how we can set up our subnet. So we have understood all these things. So into this particular session, we are going to learn about the security groups, and we are going to understand like how we can configure the firewall rules. So now let's start the session. So in the last sessions, we have understood, about lots of things related to the VPC, but here, the important thing which we are going to talk about is security group. So basically, when we talk about the security group, so they actually act as a virtual firewall for, EC2 instances. And it can actually control our inbound and outbound traffic because we are just talking about the security. Okay, so we are having few characteristics. So first one, we are having a stateful, then we are having rule based, then we are having okay, first let's just understand these things. So if we talk about it stateful, so it is written if you allow inbound traffic for a specific port, the response traffic is automatically allowed regardless of outbound rules. So if you are it is saying if you are just adding one particular port, and if you are inbounding the traffic to a particular port, so the thing is that traffic is automatically like the response of the traffic is automatically get allowed. So as of now, like I think you might not be getting the idea like why we are talking about the port and inbound outbound. So when I'm going to teach you practically, then you will realize like what exactly I'm talking about. And when we talk about like the next characteristic which we are having rule based, we security group is having lots of rule by which we can define like which IP address should be allowed or which IP address should not be allowed. So these are the things we are having. And the next thing is we are having inbound and outbound rules, and these two bounds are things are important. So if we talk about inbound, so it actually specify which incoming traffic is allowed to reach the instance. Okay, so this is inbound, like something is coming. So let's suppose we are having HTTP port 80, like for HTTP the port is 80, and it allow web traffic from anywhere, like if we are having this IP, and like we what we are having actually, so we are just allowing, or I can say we are specifying like incoming traffic is allowed to reach which particular instance. Then we are having outbound rule, so it defines the traffic that instance can send out. In inbound the traffic is coming, outbound the traffic is sending. Okay, so we are having some rules here, and here we are having some techniques by which we can actually manage, or I can say route our traffic. So now let's try to understand this thing practically. So now let's just go to our AWS console home and let's understand this. So now I'm in my AWS console home and I'm in the VPC dashboard. So here as you can see we are having lots of options, like here at the left side. So you just search for security, and in the security we are having security groups. So now let's just click over here in the security groups, and now we are going to create one security group first. Okay, so in order to create the security group, what we are going to do, let's just click over here, and now you just have to give the name. So I'm just saying my, or I'm just saying new security group. So what I'm having, we are having a new security group, and here actually uh, what I'm having new VPC, and description you can give any, like for understanding purpose. Okay, and now the thing is we are not having any inbound rule or outbound rule. So inbound rule, like from where the traffic is coming, and outbound rule, the traffic is going out. So now let's just try to add the inbound rule. So the thing is, like we are having a custom TCP, it totally depends on you. So the port I'm actually giving as 80. Okay, so the port 80 is for HTTP. And then here I'm just choosing anywhere in IPv4. So what it is going to be like, if the traffic is coming from like port 80 if we are using, so the traffic is can become from anywhere or something like that. But if we try to set the outbound rule, so again it totally depends on you, like it is already being added, but we can choose our custom what I can say outbound rule, And if here, like I'm just, creating again, like I'm creating for port 80, and here I'm just choosing anywhere IPv4. So I'm choosing the same outbound rule. Means what we are doing in the security groups, we are just trying to create something, like we are just creating a virtual firewall, like from where you can get the traffic exactly, and from where like your traffic should go. Okay, so this is what we are actually doing. So as of now, we are not having any actual, what I can say, target or destination. So that's why I'm just choosing like just IPv4, or it can go anywhere. Okay, but whenever we'll be doing any kind of project specifically, then we will be having some options. But now you guys have understood like how we can create the security group and all. So now let's just click over here. So in the security group, and as you can see, we have created one security group over here. Okay, so we are having all the information. So in the inbound, we are having one permission entry, and in the outbound, we are having two permission entry. Like the first one was default, and the second one we have added. And in the inbound, we have created one inbound rule as well. So we are having this inbound rule, okay, which we have created just. And if we can try to add it, like you can add it these rules. Okay, so it totally depends on you. Okay, so that was all about security groups, and we have understood what are security groups and why we need them. And also we have understood like how we can, configure the firewall rules practically as well as theoretically. So that was all about this session. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, just take care of yourself. Thank you so much.